Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're embarking on a journey really to transform your communication, moving beyond just, sharing information to truly commanding attention.
Right.
We're diving deep into the art and science of effective public speaking, especially in a business context. We've got a great stack of sources, including this really insightful guide, Effective Business English Speaking by Doing Business in English, our mission, to arm you with those surprising, actionable insights that make your messages not just heard, but well felt.
Yeah.
Whether it's a big presentation, a team huddle, even just a one-on-one chat, you'll discover how to really maximize your impact.
What's really interesting when you pull back the curtain on what seems like natural communication is how much actual intention goes into it.
Totally.
We're not just dissecting what to say, but maybe more importantly, how you say it.
Yeah.
That's where the influence really comes in. I mean, think about it. When a speaker really grabs you, was it just the words or was it something else? Their voice, their presence, the sources really dig into that something else.
That's a fantastic point, and it's exactly where we should start. Let's unpack the foundations, crafting your actual words.
Okay.
Our sources, they jump right in with some fundamental rules. For sentences, paragraphs, it's way beyond just grammar. It's about making it easy for the audience to, get it, which is super important in business.
Absolutely. And the core advice, it's something even experienced speakers can miss, is keeping sentences concise, like ideally under 20 words.
20 words.
Yeah. And here's the kicker. Try to limit the word "and" to no more than once per sentence.
Just once. That sounds tough.
It is. The guide gives this great example that shows how often we break this without thinking. Imagine saying, "We will complete the project in 3 weeks, and the ops department will take over from that point. We believe we can complete the project on time and within budget. The stakeholders have been involved at every milestone and have given us some great feedback."
Okay, I see it. That second sentence, on time and within budget, milestone and have given. Lots of ands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Each extra "and" basically adds a little bit of cognitive load. It forces your listener's brain to work just a tiny bit harder, and that can subtly pull them away from your main point.
Cognitive load. I like that framing. It's not just about being short, it's about being easy to process.
Precisely.
And it's not just the words, right? It's how you, package them, pausing at full stops. Even a tiny half-second pause at a space, and speaking in little groups, maybe 3 or 4 sentences, then taking a longer pause, like 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's not just for breath.
Right. It's strategic. It gives the audience these little moments to catch up, to process, and it gives you a chance to glance around, see if they're with you before you just steamroll ahead.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, it's really about building a kind of mental map for your listener, like a GPS for your ideas.
A GPS, yeah. I like that.
Start with a clear intro. Use phrases like, "Today I'd like to explain," or "The purpose here is," it just orients people immediately. Then, as you present your points, use clear signposts, especially if there's more than one. There are 3 key things, or firstly, secondly, thirdly. Simple stuff, but effective.
Right.
And always, always signal when you're wrapping up. In conclusion, to summarize, you're guiding them smoothly, not just dumping info on them.
Okay, so we've laid the groundwork. Clear language, clear structure. But even the best words can get lost if the delivery is off right.
Oh, definitely.
Which brings us to something often underestimated. Speaking speed. This is where it gets really interesting. What did the sources say about finding that magic number for words per minute?
Well, most people speak somewhere between 100 and 300 words per minute. That's a huge range.
Huge.
But the key thing is, most of us aren't really aware of our own speed, or if it's right for the situation. Like regular conversation. Often around 150, 180 words per minute.
Which feels normal.
Right. But the sources say that's just too fast for public speaking or for important business meetings.
That's fascinating because, I probably would talk faster than that. So if you talk too fast, the audience struggles to keep up. And in some cultures, like native English-speaking ones, it can even make people suspicious, like you're hiding something.
Yeah, or maybe that you don't fully grasp it yourself. But flip side, go too slow and you just lose them. Their minds wander because they process faster than you're talking.
It's a real balancing act.
Exactly. The sweet spot, generally, for public speaking is often cited around 120, 130 words per minute. Think about President Obama.
Okay.
He spoke at around 100 words per minute. Technically very slow. But that pace gave him this incredible sense of authority, didn't it?
It really did. Deliberate, trustworthy.
It let the words sink in, made the message feel really considered.
So the sources actually give us a pretty neat trick to figure out our own speed. I'm definitely going to try this. You take 130 words of text, read it out loud, time yourself, and do the math. So if you read those 130 words in, say, 45 seconds, boom, that's 173 words per minute.
Quick calculation.
Yeah. And the advice is to intentionally slow down, even if it feels, well, painfully slow to you at first.
Because we're used to that faster chat speed.
Exactly. But apparently, with practice, using different texts, that ideal 120, 130 pace starts to feel more natural. It's like retraining your delivery muscle.
And that ties perfectly into the next thing, the power of the pause. It's not just slowing down overall, but stopping strategically.
Right. Pauses. Silence, which feels so long when you're the speaker.
Oh, it does. You just want to fill it.
Yeah. But what I found interesting is that pauses aren't just for you to catch your breath or check notes. Critically, they give the audience time. Time to absorb, connect ideas, maybe even ponder a rhetorical question you just threw out there.
It's active listening time for them, not just passive receiving. And the sources have this really practical technique. When you ask a question, even a rhetorical one, mentally count slowly to 5 before you speak again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
It feels like an eternity to you. But it helps you fight that urge to jump back in, and it actually gives the audience that space to think. It's almost like a gift to them.
A gift of processing time. I like that. Okay, so we've got the words, the pace, the pauses. But sometimes it's not what you say or how fast, but just how your voice sounds.
Pitch and tone.
Yes, pitch and tone. People confuse them, but they're different, and both are incredibly powerful.
You really are. So pitch is just how high or low your voice is. Partly physiology, sure, but also emotion. Like excitement tends to raise your pitch, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't vary your pitch, well, you get that dreaded monotone, which can kill even the best content.
Puts people right to sleep.
Totally.
Yeah.
Tone, though, that's the emotional color of your voice. Are you angry, happy, sarcastic? Tone tells the listener the subtext, like that classic example, I'm fine.
Oh, yeah. That can mean anything.
Exactly. All depends on the tone.
So the advice is basically vary both.
Good.
Constantly shift your pitch and tone to keep people engaged, interested, maybe even inspired.
Pretty much. Keep it dynamic. And there's a neat tip for business settings.
Yeah.
Try using a slightly lower tone when you introduce yourself or your topic.
Lower tone. Why?
It just tends to project more confidence and credibility. Sort of sets this stable, controlled foundation right from the start. Really useful in high-stakes situations.
Interesting. And using your voice to actually show emotion, anger, anxiety, energy, humor that helps engagement too.
Hugely. It makes you sound more conversational, more human.
Yeah.
People connect with that more than just dry facts.
Okay, so varying pitch and tone is key.
Right.
Now, beyond that, how do we make sure our most important points really hit home? Emphasis, right?
Wait.
Usually think of just getting louder or raising our pitch, but the sources had some less obvious ways to do it, some really cool techniques.
Yeah, some counterintuitive ones even. So besides just volume or pitch, you can first repeat it. Say your point, stop, pause, say it again. That repetition really drills it in.
Simple but effective.
Second, try saying it very softly.
Yeah.
It sounds weird, but think about it. When someone suddenly lowers their voice or whispers, what do?
You lean in. You focus.
Exactly. It makes people feel like you're sharing something important, maybe even a secret. Draws them right in.
I like that one. Okay, what else?
Third, say key points slowly. You can dramatically slow down your pace for a crucial sentence, maybe add a pause right before it, builds anticipation, signals importance.
Actually, it's contrast.
Right. Fourth, this is situational, but sit down. If you're on a stage, standing mostly, suddenly pulling up a chair and sitting creates this visual break. It interrupts the pattern, makes people pay attention.
Signals a shift, yeah.
And finally, stop moving, pause, and make eye contact. If you've been pacing, just stop dead. Pause. Then make deliberate eye contact around the room. It almost forces engagement. Signals. Listen up. This matters.
Those are great. Much more nuanced than just yelling. And speaking of volume control itself is another piece of this puzzle. It's not just can they hear me. It's about holding interest, telling stories better, but it's easy to mess up.
Oh, absolutely. And the common mistakes are pretty straightforward but damaging. Speaking too quietly. People strain, miss things, eventually just tune out.
Right, they give up.
And speaking too loudly, that can feel like shouting. It pushes people away no matter how good your content is.
And nerves. Nerves can mess with volume too, right? Make you lose that natural up and down variation.
Yeah, you can default to just one level. Flat, monotonous, hard to listen to for long.
And what about dropping volume at the end of sentences? I feel like I hear that a lot.
That's a really common one. And it's bad because the end of the sentence often has the key takeaway, the crucial bit of info.
And you just trail off.
Right. You miss the impact. Plus, it can make you sound like you lack conviction, like you're not sure about what you just said. Just being aware of these habits is the huge first step.
Okay, this might feel like a lot to juggle. Words, pace, pauses, pitch, tone, volume, emphasis. A few.
It is a lot.
But here's the good news, the really encouraging part. Looking effortless as a speaker. It's not magic. It's not some innate gift. It's skill. It comes from practice. Which brings us to the secret weapon, preparation, and yes, practice.
The sources hammer this home. More prep equals less anxiety, more confidence. Simple as that. And rehearsing isn't about sounding robotic. It's the opposite. It frees you up so your real message, your authentic self can come through.
So you become impactful, maybe even inspirational.
Exactly. And the practice tips in the sources are really targeted at overcoming common blocks.
Yeah, let's run through some key ones. First, prepare. Obvious, maybe, but deep. Don't just outline your points. Think. What do I want to achieve? And crucially, what does my audience want or need to hear? Put yourself in their shoes.
See it from their side. Crucial.
Then practice, practice, practice. We think we can wing it, but the best speakers, actors, keynote pros, they rehearse constantly. Think Steve Jobs, legendary for his rehearsal commitment.
You just show up, yeah.
Also, warm up your voice, like an athlete warms up muscles. The sources give specific breathing exercises. Stand tall, breathe deep through the nose, out through the mouth, even counting while speaking to control breath.
Gets you ready for strong delivery.
And use tongue twisters. Sounds silly, maybe, but great for clarity, for articulation, trains the mouth muscle.
Makes you sharper under pressure.
Then, the scary one, record yourself.
Yeah.
But it's invaluable. You see the weird hand gestures, the bad posture. You hear how you actually sound. You catch mistakes before the real thing. It's like a mirror.
Brutal but effective.
Visualize success, like athletes do. Picture yourself nailing the presentation, feeling confident, engaging the audience. It actually helps build confidence and reduce anxiety.
Mental rehearsal. Powerful stuff.
Practice in chunks. Don't try to eat the whole elephant at once. Break your talk into, say, 5-minute sections. Master each chunk, then string them together. Makes it way less daunting.
Builds momentum.
Practice eye contact. Intentionally. Pick spots in the room during rehearsal. It's easy to forget when you're focused on words, but it massively boosts engagement.
Connects you to individuals.
And practice under pressure. This is vital. Present to friends, colleagues, anyone. Get used to that faster heartbeat, the sweaty palms. Learn to manage it before the stakes are high.
Exposure therapy for speaking.
Exactly. Also, time yourself. So important. Don't run too short, or worse, way too long. Start timing early in practice.
Respect the clock.
And finally, ask for feedback, not just, was it okay? Ask specific, open-ended questions. What worked well? Where could I improve? Get honest, helpful input.
Specifics are key.
Phew.
So this all brings up a really important question, doesn't it? If great speaking needs this much deliberate practice, how do we weave these ideas into just our daily communication, not just the big speeches?
Right. How does it become instinctive?
Yeah, making those micro adjustments, the pause here, the clearer sentence there, part of how we talk every day, turning conscious effort into just natural flow.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening right now? Well, mastering effective speaking, it isn't just about sounding polished. It's about making sure your vital messages actually land. With clarity, with impact, with real conviction, from how you structure a sentence to your pacing, to the subtle power in your pitch and tone, every single element plays a part in how people receive and remember what you say.
Indeed. And maybe the biggest takeaway is that it's less about having some kind of natural gift.
Yeah.
And much more about dedicated, intentional practice, learning to vary your pace. Use those pauses strategically, emphasize key points that can truly transform how you communicate, make you not just informative, but compelling, maybe even inspiring.
Definitely.
So here's a final question for you, our listener. If you had to pick just one thing from today, maybe focusing on that cognitive load idea for sentences, or trying that soft emphasis technique, or even just practicing that 5-second pause after a question, which one technique do you think would make the biggest difference in your next important conversation or presentation this week?
That's a great challenge. What really stood out to Hawaii from this deep dive? Start small, definitely, but start practicing. Until next time, keep digging for those nuggets of knowledge.